why is homosexuality deemed wrong in our religion? And people have feelings who are Christians as well who struggle with their sexual
Mhm.
orientation. And why is it in them? I mean, I know everything happens for a purpose, but like, why would they have those feelings? Is it like a test or something else?
Well, why do any of us have feelings to do things we know we ought not do? We all have. We're all born with an orientation toward bad behavior. It's called depravity. And if you don't restrain yourself from doing those things, you're not going to live very long. I mean, we all have impulses to do things we ought not do, correct? We live in a fallen world. That's why. None of us works properly. Nothing works absolutely the way it was made to work because we live in a fallen world. So we all have our own cross to bear, so to speak. And yes, this is a particularly difficult one, but still, it is a desire that, according to God, given the design of the body and given his intention for human beings to procreate and to populate the earth and to cultivate a culture, homosexuality doesn't do any of those things. And so the ideal form of a relationship is a man and a woman coming together and procreating and bringing forth the next generation. And even couples that can't do that, but they're men and women, say they're a sterile couple, they're still modeling a procreative relationship to the rest of the culture because the law is a great teacher. And so many people think whatever is legal is moral and whatever is illegal is immoral. So you're still modeling a relationship, and you're also keeping the man off the streets if he's in a monogamous married relationship with another woman from going around impregnating women out of wedlock. So there are advantages, quite obviously, even to sterile couples getting together. And I think that the reason, I mean, there's several reasons that the heterosexual orientation is what God intends, let me say the heterosexual behavior is what God intends to procreate, to bring forth the next generation, to enable one another to sacrifice for one another. And you do that in a heterosexual relationship because the physical needs of a man are balanced by the emotional needs of a woman and vice versa. You don't tend to get that in same-sex relationships. For example, two men, men just want to copulate. That's what we want to do. And so there's no real sacrifice that needs to be made when you have two men coupling. And there's no real sacrifice that needs to be made when two women are coupling. So I think even part of the marriage relationship is to make us more like Jesus, actually. In fact, Gary Thomas wrote a book a number of years ago called Sacred Marriage. And the subtitle of the book is kind of worth the price of the book. I think the subtitle is something like, what if God created marriage more for our holiness than our happiness? See, because marriage forces you, a man-woman marriage forces you to adapt to someone who's opposite you.